Hello lovely frugal friends. I've got to be kind of careful because I've got an angel cat stuck down it by my feet who's decided that's where she wants to sit. So there we go, we've got to be super careful. We're back from a bread and butter thing. This is the first one I've done in a good few months and there's some good stuff in here, and I know there is a certain person called Chris, aka my husband, who is going to be ecstatic with a lot of this. So let's start off with this big honking back bag here. So we have got some fresh apricots. Yum! I don't think I've ever purchased an apricot in my life, and they feel quite tender. So I'm going to have to find something to do with those. Brilliant. Okay, plastic bag left over. Okay. Ainsley, no offence Ainsley, I've never tried any of your stuff before, but let's have a look. We have got Caribbean curry flavour bomb with garlic, coconut spices and Caribbean curry spices. Cooks in 15 minutes. It's basically like a cook-in paste. So we have got that. So according to this, it's just add a couple of fish fillets or protein of choice, red pepper, spring onions and some coconut milk. Cool. We like curries. Now, we've also got some biscuits, so Chris will be glad with those. Fruit and oat biscuits. I'm not a biscuit fan. The only cookie that I really do go for is a white chocolate and raspberry. Now, I had a vegan one recently. We had a market near us and we treated ourselves to a cookie as a treat. Chris got a croissant, pistachio croissant. He said it was all right. My cookie, I feel as though it needed a little sprinkle of salt. Sometimes people forget that salt in recipes is so important. Anyway, next thing, courgettes. These are not the only ones. I had to spread them around multiple bags. Now this is why Chris is going to be happy. So first of all, we have Kellogg's Sultana Bran. I quite like that. It's quite a nice flavour. A bit nice umami, you know, Moorish flavour to it. But this is what Chris is going to be ecstatic about. Proper Kellogg's Crunchy Nut Cornflakes. He is a little bit of a Kellogg's snob. I've got to admit though, we don't live that far from Kellogg's, one of the big factories for Kellogg's. So we are a bit of a Kellogg's fan around here, but he's also going to be seeing this. Size of this is 720 grams of cornflakes. He says, other cornflakes, yeah, they're not too bad. He'll buy the cheaper ones every now and again, but there's something about Kellogg's cornflakes that are just amazing. So that's his Kellogg's fix. More than happily done. Next thing, oh, he's also going to be happy about this because who doesn't love a crumble? So we've got a Bramley apple crumble. I mean, we've got thousands of apples growing on the apple tree outside at the moment, but we have got a Bramley apple crumble, so I know he will enjoy that. And for the vegans in us, or the veggies, we got some tofu. So this is the brand of tofu I don't buy very often, but it is a good one because it's much denser. So when it says it's an extra firm tofu, it is much more firm than some of the other brands of tofu. So I quite like that one. Then we have got a cauliflower. Not a huge one, but not too bad. Then some Oatly yogurt, creme fraiche actually. Oh, that'd be quite nice with hot apple pie. Yum. And then a bag of frozen skin on rosemary and sea salt fries. Very poosh. Oh, excuse me, the dog's decided to make an entrance. Right, where are we off to next week? Oh yes, more courgettes. Clearly, it's that season, that time of year where courgettes just start going mental. So you either end up with ones that are that big, if you're quick, or the next day they're that big. I didn't grow any courgettes myself this year. I'm not sure why. Just decided we didn't want as many. Then we have got a baby potato salad. That would be quite nice. And some cheese and onion crisps. And, oh, now I've had this before. Jason's sourdough bread. It is really delicious. If I hadn't have already had my lunch, I would be having this. This is super good. So that is what we have got. So we paid £8.50 for our 3 bags, our store cupboard bag, our fresh bag, and our chilled stroke freezer bag. So let's have a bit of a closer look at what we got. There we go, start at the back with the Kellogg's selection. I mean, that in itself, I would have probably paid more than £8.50 for that. Then down into the apple pie and the tofu. We've got some things there, nothing much for a specific meal, although saying that, I could do my Flavour Bomb Caribbean curry and have it with some tofu and some rice. That could go down a treat for tonight's tea. Throw in some courgettes for extra veggies. I mean, Ainsley recommends a red pepper, but who's to say you can't throw in other veggies? Like I said, I'm going to have to think of something to do with these apricots. I'll have to have a think about that. I'm sure I'll think of something. If in doubt, things get peeled and de-seeded and go in a freezer bag and end up in a jam. That's my default for fruit that I'm not sure what to do with, but I'm sure I will think of something. I will post it on my Facebook page and see if anybody can come up with any suggestions for me. So there we go. So that's everything that we have got from our bread and butter thing haul. If you have not seen or heard of the bread and butter thing, I'll put a link to my selection of videos that I have done in the description box below, but I'll probably just put it at the end of this video. So if you want to click on there, have a look there, and it describes how the bread and butter thing works and where it is based. And basically, I just recommend having a look on there online, on their website, and see what you think. Quite a few people have commented that they've been using the bread and butter thing since I started showing the hauls that we have got. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Oh, by the way, watch something that YouTube suggests here or here, and like I said, I'll put that bread and butter thing like group of videos somewhere here as well. I can never remember which side YouTube pops it on. See you next time.